Right now, the discussion of bringing rapid transit to Madison is hitting some bumps in the road. Why some businesses don't want it at all.
Also, Aaron Rodgers says he is done talking about his vaccination status after today, what the quarterback said, and what his head coach is saying about his status for Sunday's game.
And the prosecution rests its case in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. What a pathologist said about the gunshot wounds on one of the people Rittenhouse shot. News 3 Now at 6 begins right now. A years-old Madison discussion is coming to a head this week. Public transport and how we develop it. The mayor campaigned on finally bringing bus rapid transit, or BRT, to Madison, and yet again tonight, it hits another snag.
Naomi Coles joins us from State Street with more. Naomi?
Tonight, the City Council could take up a fairly unusual capital budget amendment. Now, at the heart of it all, as it's been for a while, the businesses on State Street who don't want buses there at all.
My sister and I ride the bus every day to work. We are strong supporters of public transportation.
Laura Comay and her sister have run Anthology on State Street for 13 years.
We want this to be just like the farmers market and the campus.
I think it's about really visioning what State Street and the Capitol Square can be now and in the future.
They, others, and the business groups that represent hundreds of downtown businesses have spent a lot of 2021 trying to change the future routes for bus rapid transit, from 2 stops on the 1 through 300 blocks to other streets close by.
We wholeheartedly agree with the mayor on the importance of bus rapid transit.
A budget amendment introduced by 5 alders on Friday is set for vote tonight. It would stop BRT funding until staff can prepare and council can approve an alternate route. Except the council approved the current plan over and above other route plans twice already.
It's not clear to me what it's trying to accomplish. If what it's trying to accomplish is council oversight, that already exists.
Plus, if spending halts, the mayor says staff can't prepare new plans.
So it actually does cost money to pay consultants to design things.
The mayor says any delay would increase costs and jeopardize about $113 million in federal funds.
It's a risk, right? Any delay is a risk.
A risk that downtown Madison's president says their research doesn't support.
About a dozen of them across the country had delays for 12 different reasons, and all of them received their final construction grant.
Ultimately, the State Street bus battle isn't new.
These questions have been raised, particularly with buses on State Street, for the last 30 years.
Well, mostly it's just in terms of this as a transportation corridor.
But for the mayor, it's about representing the whole community.
Not preferencing one voice over the other.
Now, I did ask the FTA, would any changes result in a delay to federal grant funding? They did tell me that because we're still waiting on final approval, they can't really speak to that, but any changes to the plan submitted to them would have to result in another review from them before we got the money. I also asked the City Council president questions about the amendment he proposed. He didn't get back to me on time.
All right, Naomi, thank you. Aaron Rodgers apologizing to those who felt he gave them misleading information about the COVID-19 vaccine. Today on the Pat McAfee show, Rodgers said this is the last time he'll speak publicly on the issue. He offered some contrition, but also maintained he was doing what his doctors determined was the best course of action for him.
I do realize that I am a role model to a lot of people. And so I just want to start off this show by acknowledging that, you know, I made some comments that people might have felt were misleading. And, you know, to anybody who felt misled by those comments, I take full responsibility for those comments.
Packers head coach Matt LaFleur said Rodgers will start Sunday's game against former Badger quarterback Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. If Rodgers is cleared to return, he's eligible to return to the facility on Saturday.
Let's check your certified most accurate forecast now with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Well, temperatures are starting to cool off this evening, but it actually was a pretty mild day today, just not as mild as yesterday. The time-lapse from the Edgewater Skycam shows that we had bright sunshine for much of the day, and you can see as we headed into the afternoon hours, we had a really nice sunset as well. Or actually, that's the Platteville Queen Bee Radio Skycam. Plenty of sunshine there as well. Doppler track pretty much free of precipitation across our part of the Midwest. That will change by this time tomorrow. Low temperatures this morning, 30s north of Dane County, generally at or above 40 from Madison southward. High temperatures today back into the upper 50s. Madison reached 59. Janesville topped out at 63. A little cooler to the north and west, and those temperatures starting to come down now. Here in Madison, we're at 44. That's a drop of 6 degrees in the last hour. Already down to 30 at Black River Falls, but Janesville still at 54. With light winds, look for a low temperature of about 30 by tomorrow morning. We'll turn cloudy tomorrow. Could even see see a late day shower in a couple of spots, a high at 57, with a better chance of rain arrive tomorrow night, and that'll be followed by colder weather later on Thursday. I'll have more on that in the forecast in just a few minutes.
The prosecution rests. Now it's the defense's turn in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. Rittenhouse is charged with shooting 3 men, killing 2 of them during protests last year. Brady Mallory has been following this case and shows us how prosecutors wrapped up today and why Rittenhouse may soon get to tell his story.
Well, in all, prosecutors called 22 witnesses in the first week of the trial. One of their goals is to prove to the jury Rittenhouse was the instigator in the shootings. One of the final prosecution witnesses today was a forensic pathologist who analyzed drone video just obtained by the prosecution late last week that gave jurors their first glimpse of Rittenhouse allegedly shooting Joseph Rosenbaum. The pathologist says Rosenbaum was shot 4 times by someone who was within 4 feet of him. He testified Rosenbaum was first wounded in the groin and then in the hand and thigh as he faced Rittenhouse.
This is a close range injury, so his hand is in close proximity or in contact with the end of that rifle.
Rosenbaum was then shot in the head and back. Kelly says those final 2 shots were at a downward angle. Prosecutors have said this indicates Rosenbaum was falling forward, while defense attorney Mark Richards said Rosenbaum was lunging. Kelly says both are possible. The defense continues to emphasize Rittenhouse acted in self-defense, which will likely be a key focus as it calls its own list of witnesses to the stand. Some of the biggest testimony could come from Rittenhouse himself if attorneys decide to have him testify.
All right, Brady, thank you. Madison police say they're investigating reports of people in 2 vehicles shooting at each other. Earlier today, officers were called to the area of East Washington Avenue and Wright Street near Fair Oaks at about 12:20 today. The officers were able to find a bullet casing in the area. Police don't have any other information at this time. If you have information on the incident, you're asked to call Madison PD. And one person in the hospital after a shooting at Tenney Park. Police responded last night about 5:40 to a report of a weapons violation. When they arrived, found one person injured. According to an incident report, the victim was hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries, and police say they're searching for a suspect.
The FBI says that remains found last Saturday on Fort McCoy are human. They were found on one of the training ranges of the base. There is no evidence they are related to the Afghan refugees. The FBI is working on identifying the body.
Madison East High School certainly wasn't surrounded by police today, but you could see officers standing by all day. Thankfully, things were much calmer there than yesterday, but Brad Hamilton found there's a lot of anxiety still on campus there. Brad?
Well, we do know that East High will be making changes to their lunch supervision as well as adding staff in the hallways during those passing periods. We also know that East High wants to work with their student leaders to try and figure out some of the issues that they are having. Now, when we got here at around 11:30 today, we did see several officers outside patrolling, but that was because of what happened yesterday when several fights broke out around lunchtime. MPD Chief Sean Barnes says his officers had to use pepper spray twice to get these things under control. We know that 2 students were cited for their involvement in these fights, and it's clear from talking with students and parents today that they are concerned about the safety at East High.
In all honesty, I feel like this is just an everyday thing for East. I feel like that students are just like, oh, there was another brawl because this happened 2 years ago, the same exact thing, or like the same exact thing. So they're like, oh, that was a typical Monday.
Now, again, the school district says they have planned these extra safety cautions out of an abundance of caution due to the rumors that were circulating on social media with threats. Now, we did also hear today from East High that it was a safe and calm day of school, and they are going to continue working on solutions to try and figure out some of the issues that they've been having. Reporting live tonight in Madison, Brad Hamilton, News 3 Now.
The Wisconsin Air National Guard has fired a high-ranking servicewoman from her duties as commander of Volk Field Air National Guard Base. They say they have, quote, lost confidence in her ability to command. Colonel Leslie Zaida Martin yesterday was relieved of her duties. The Guard cited investigations which have revealed issues of alleged misconduct and concerning work environments. She took over as commander at Volk Field just over a year ago. Lieutenant Colonel Tom Bauer, who serves as vice commander at the base, will now serve as interim interim commander until a new one is chosen.
Today, the first day that 5 to 11-year-olds could go to the Alliant Energy Center to get vaccines. They were getting about 250 appointments per day before those children were approved for vaccinations. But now the center can do 400 pediatric appointments a day. In addition to those 400, they estimate another 200 people have come every day for boosters. It's not a walk-in facility, so if you want to get your shot at Alliant, you have to make an appointment online with Public Health Dane County. Meanwhile, Wanakee expecting almost 1,000 students between the ages of 5 and 11 to have gotten their first doses of a COVID-19 vaccine by today. Yesterday, 480 students received their first shot. Today, another 480 got their chance. Wanakee became the first school district in Dane County to host an in-school clinic for children 5 to 11 since Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine got the green light for use in kids last week.
Coming up, a group of election officials are showing support for the leader of the Wisconsin Elections Commission.
Plus, Senator Ron Johnson hitting the road, but not for campaigning just yet. What he was doing in southeastern Wisconsin and his thoughts on the COVID-19 vaccine. That's just ahead.
Angel Community has earned a reputation as the one and only. But what's so memorable to the people who live here?
It's good local heart. Interesting friends.
The view from my window.
Continuing education.
The food.
The amazing art studio.
Happy hour.
There are many reasons to love Attic Angel Community, but there's just one Attic Angel.
Are you sick of the areas of your home being cold in the winter or hot in the summer? Your house is a complete system of components that need to work together, similar to the human body. Just like us, your home needs to breathe too. If we're letting our home breathe fresh air, we'll be healthier and regulate our temperature better. Wouldn't it be great if we could show you all the areas needing improvement in just minutes without tearing the house apart? That is what our thermal imaging does for you. It will show the temperature differences and areas of air exchange. Then you'll know what areas need to be improved. Just like going to the doctor, except these doctors do house calls. This will also help in preventing the entrance of harmful pollutants inside your house. You can now easily bring down the energy bills and have a durable and safe home environment with Fry Construction. Visit fryconstruction.com to schedule your free professional house call with a thermal imaging and insulation specialist.
What is all this?
We call them options.
Options? Don't make me laugh.
Unbeatable selection without the drama. 2 pair plus a free eye exam as low as $59.95.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
While he still hasn't decided if he will seek re-election, it sure looks like Senator Ron Johnson is hitting the campaign trail. Today, he visited a number of schools in southeast Wisconsin, including Elkhorn. He says he's worried about the future of the country more than he was when he first ran in 2010. After his speech, the senator gave his opinion on the COVID-19 vaccine.
I think anybody should be pressured, coerced, or fear reprisal for not availing themselves of any treatment, including the COVID vaccines.
Senator Johnson also said he will decide if he will run for another term in a few weeks.
A bipartisan group of more than 50 elections officials is rallying behind the Wisconsin Elections Commission Administrator. Megan Wolf has come under attack by Republican lawmakers with claims of voter fraud. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos calling for Wolf to resign. Yesterday, election officials sent a letter to Vos attributing much of the success of Wisconsin elections to Wolf's leadership. It reads in part, quote, "Year after year, Wisconsin election officials deliver accurate, secure, and accessible elections that give voice to the citizens of the state." The letter was organized by the Nonpartisan Center for Election Innovation and Research.
A former CIA officer is joining the Democratic primary for a western Wisconsin congressional seat. Deb McGrath from Menominee announced her candidacy today. Her father is a former congressman who served Wisconsin's 3rd District for 3 terms. McGrath is looking to replace retiring Democratic Representative Ron Kind. Wisconsin's 3rd District is expected to be one of the hardest fought races places in the country next year. Well, AAA says there's going to be a lot more people on the road this year for Thanksgiving. What they say are the best times to avoid getting stuck in traffic.
Plus, some veterans and their families will have a new place to celebrate during the holidays. We'll tell you about it. And some cold, wet weather heading our way. Gary will have the latest details in your full forecast.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
At Security Health Plan, we're celebrating you. And you. Affordable Medicare plans with special perks just for you. Register for a seminar or personal appointment to learn more.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
We all dream of big things. A boat, a second home, or simply a better future for those around us. At the Burrish Group at UBS, we're invested in your dreams, no matter how big or small, because we believe anything can be achieved with the right plan and goals in mind. Because when dreams come true, it's an experience that lasts a lifetime. Call the Burrish Group today.
Experience handcrafted and hand-finished furniture by genuine Amish craftsmen at Wanakee Furniture ETC, featuring hardwood made in the USA home furnishings by Simply Amish and other great brands you can trust.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Dozens of veterans and their families will have a new place to celebrate the holidays.
The first families moved into the Valor apartment complex on East Washington this weekend, and that is where we sent our Christina Laurie to get a look inside.
Madison's newest apartment complex is not its biggest, but might just be one of its most important. The Valor on East Washington is the first of its kind, a 6-story, 59-unit building designed specifically for veterans and their families. The first floor will double as Dry Hooch's new headquarters. Dry Hooch is a safe, drug and alcohol-free group for veterans to socialize and adjust to life after the military. The handful of veterans who just moved in tell us they're already loving it here.
Okay, you're moving up. Like the Jeffersons, basically. They're moving on up to the east side and a deluxe apartment in the sky.
I mean, I'm so happy that I can't even tell you how happy I am.
Now, the Valor is obviously great for service members and their families, but there's also something here that everyone will be able to enjoy, and we'll tell you about that on our news tonight at 10. Reporting in Madison for News 3 Now, I'm Christina Laurie.
AAA says more than 1 million Wisconsinites are expected to travel for the Thanksgiving holiday, a 13% increase from last year. The majority of people traveling will be driving to see family. Drivers can expect gas prices to be much higher than they were a year ago. That's not a shock. And if you're driving for Thanksgiving, AAA says consider leaving on Wednesday before noon, early Thursday, if you're not heading too far. Multiple streets throughout Madison are scheduled to close this Sunday. It's part of the Madison Marathon route. The full marathon scheduled to start at 7 in the morning, half marathon about 10 minutes later. A 10K and 5K are then scheduled to start at 7:30. Participants will run through the UW Arboretum, the Madison campus, Warner Park, and back to the Capitol Square. Madison police officers will be stationed along that route to help out with traffic. People trying to drive through downtown will only be allowed to cross the route when there are large enough gaps between participants. The last runners are expected to cross the finish line about 1:30 in the afternoon.
Well, we've been seeing some pretty calm weather so far this week, but there are some changes coming. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is back with your forecast.
Yeah, Mother Nature will flip the switch and get us back to late fall weather by the end of the week. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Still be mild for tomorrow with high temperatures in the upper 50s. Again, not as warm as it was yesterday, but still about 10 degrees above average for this time of year. Then showers develop tomorrow night into Thursday morning. A cold front will come through probably around somewhere between 6 and 9 o'clock early on Thursday morning, and then colder weather follows in behind it. The rain showers on Friday will probably mix with some flurries of snow at times, and some light snow is a possibility on Saturday night into Sunday morning. That's when temperatures will be a little bit colder, and it's possible we could see some minor snow accumulations. Now, on future track, you can see things pretty quiet overnight. Some clouds moving in by early tomorrow morning, but it really shouldn't have too much of an effect on the temperatures. They'll drop down to around 30 overnight. Tomorrow, those winds start to pick up out of the south and southeast. We'll see those temperatures climb back into the upper 50s, but showers will be out to the west of us. We can't rule out an isolated shower late in the afternoon, but the better chances of rain come tomorrow night into Thursday morning, and you can see that cold front where the wind shift from the south to the west occurs just to the west of Madison by early on Thursday morning. That swings on through. Wind shift around to the west and northwest. Rain changes to snow up in parts of Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin, but on Friday, a secondary system kind of comes in behind it, and we could see a mixture of rain and snow showers at that point. Now, future track precipitation in the form of rain, probably a quarter to a half inch of rain through much of southern Wisconsin. Might be some heavier amounts out to the west where the rain starts a little bit earlier. However, snowfall, this is through Friday 7 p.m. Not looking at much, if anything, here during the day on Friday because temperatures will be in the upper 30s. Could be some minor snow accumulations to the north and west. But then that second system comes down Friday night or Saturday night into Sunday morning. Again, the future track computer models show right around an inch of snow through southern Wisconsin. Most of that would be on grassy surfaces because the ground is still relatively warm, but still a sign that things definitely are changing. Temperatures have fallen into the 40s now through much of northern and central Wisconsin where skies have cleared out. To the south, temperatures are still well into the 50s, and on weather track, upper level winds right now in a more westerly direction, but the storm system out to the west, notice how the jet stream starts to buckle behind it. That'll become more pronounced as that system moves eastward and starts to draw down colder Canadian air by the end of the week. But in the short term, high pressure is just out to the west of us. That will keep our weather relatively quiet for tonight with light winds and clear skies for much of the night before the clouds start moving in by tomorrow morning. But tomorrow the clouds will be back. Slight chance for a late day shower, the high of 57. And then on future track, you can see starting tomorrow morning, the clouds thickening up during the day. The rain chances come in more tomorrow night into early on Thursday morning. There's the cold front swinging on through. And those temperatures actually drop off a bit later on Thursday afternoon. And rainfall amounts, again, about a quarter to a half inch through early Friday morning. 7 to 10 day forecast. 38 for highs Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday mid-30s. Again, some light snow Saturday night into Sunday morning. Temperatures by the middle of next week warm enough for mainly rain showers with highs back into the 40s.
It's opening night for college basketball. The Wisconsin men's team is about an hour from getting things going. We have one last preview before their meeting with the Terriers.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's a fact. We use our internet and TV more than ever, with most of us spending nearly 7 hours a day online. So it's no wonder thousands of families are switching to Spectrum, because most families have up to 8 connected devices, which means they need even more speed. Switch to Spectrum Internet and get the fastest starting speeds for the price. 200 megabits for just $44.99 a month, with a free modem and free security suite included. Call 833-546-4499. When it comes to TV, we're watching more than ever. In fact, 80% of us watch TV every day. Spectrum TV lets you catch all your favorite sports, news, and more live. Plus, download the free Spectrum TV app and watch on your devices. Switch to Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-546-4499. The fact is, Spectrum has the best services at the best price. Switch to Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. We'll even buy out your current contract. Call 833-546-4499.
Do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Peak Performance for Men uses an advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, restoring normal and natural functionality where it counts most. Call now and receive an ultrasound. Your initial consultation all for free. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Here's to the guy with the tree in his kitchen who can't talk right now because his elderly neighbor needs help. Here's to the generator in the middle of the street, with extension cords running to 4 different houses. Here's to the countless acts of kindness that helped the Midwest recover from one of the worst storms in recorded history. You've given a whole new meaning to the term silver lining. The worst brings out our best.
Gobin Cars is having a huge fall sale with the largest selection of vehicles under $15,995 or $249 per month. That's right, don't miss out on our fall sale with the best selection of SUVs, cars, vans under $15,995 or $249 per month. We have one of the largest selections of vehicles in Dane County with over 500 vehicles in stock. So just come on in and ask for me, Crystal the Pistol Gobin. Go to Gobin Cars East or West.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
Tomorrow morning, meet a city employee whose job it is to set fires.
Our Josh Breider is finding out how that's keeping local conservation parks healthy.
And rain and snow coming our way. That's tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
It's finally game day for Wisconsin men's basketball. In about 30 minutes, the Badgers will tip off with St. Francis Brooklyn for the first time ever. That's right, these teams have never faced each other, but that's not the sole focus for Wisconsin. The Badgers are using this time to focus on themselves.
Specifically, this time of year, you're really focused on yourself more so than what the opponent is doing. You're really trying to implement and apply your system to whatever a team does offensively and handle that. I'm excited to watch and see how our guys react and respond to it, and get a chance to go out and play in front of fans. I know they're excited for that.
Tip-off set for 7 at the Kohl Center, where Wisconsin will look to keep their home opener win streak alive and make it 6. We'll have highlights tonight at 10. It hasn't been the smoothest start for Badger men's hockey, but over the last couple of weeks, there's been a couple of standout performances. Prime example is the overtime thriller with ranked Minnesota, where Brock Caulfield played hero. The senior earned a 3-star honor for his play in the border battle. Not only did he net the equalizer in the 3rd period, but his relentless effort in overtime paid off when he lit the lamp to win it for Wisconsin. This is Caulfield's first career weekly honor, and head coach Tony Granato couldn't be more proud of this recognition.
He dug the crossbar before he scored in overtime, where we thought we had a game winner on that one, and obviously tying the game up in the 3rd period for us showed that this year for him, he's as important as anybody on our team, because we're asking him to do so many things. So see him get 2 big goals and get recognition for it is certainly well deserved.
And staying with Badger Athletics, don't forget every Wednesday night during the football season, the Badger Blueprint airs right here on News 3 with Wisconsin State Journal columnist Jim Polzine and sports director Zach Hanley. We'll have more on Wisconsin's romp of Rutgers and more about their game with Northwestern on Saturday. Now here's some Packer news that doesn't involve Aaron Rodgers. Odell Beckham Jr. is officially on the market as a free agent, and sources say the wide receiver is eyeing Green Bay. The former Cleveland Brown cleared waivers just a couple hours ago, but not long before that information came out, sources said he is prioritizing the Packers as his next landing spot. The team has not commented on the rumors, but this is something we're going to keep an eye on in the coming days. Gary?
The temperatures are starting to cool down now. We're down to 44 here in Madison, already in the upper 30s north of Dane County, still around 50 closer to the Illinois state line. As we check out the day planner for tomorrow, look for a low tonight of about 30 degrees. Skies will start becoming increasingly cloudy toward tomorrow morning. Tomorrow should be a cloudy day with a high of 57. Can't rule out an isolated shower late in the afternoon, but better chances for rain tomorrow night into Thursday morning. Thursday's high of 50, probably early in the day with falling temperatures. Only 38 on Friday, Saturday, Sunday in the 30s, and maybe some light snow Saturday night into Sunday morning.
Gary, thanks. And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.